Right, welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. I haven't done one of these in a while, basically talking about football, which is what I wanted to do more this year. So, Barcelona's game away to Granada last night gave me a good opportunity to basically go over what is wrong with Barcelona right now. I already did a video at this at the start of the season, really, kind of saying what needs to change. And as expected, not much has changed. There's a little bit to unpick though, which is what I'm going to do this video today. I think there's so much to discuss, and in general, I'm going to be discussing the away performances of Football Club Barcelona this year, because it has really been only away from home. We've seen the away performances, the home into Betis, the home into Valencia. Those are two iconic Barcelona performances. That's what you want to see from the team. Lots of wit, attacking football, good interchanging, loads of goals. We're leaking goals at the other end as well. That's almost classic Barcelona football that you want to be seeing. And now that we've gone away from home, and it's almost highlighting what is exactly wrong with this club right now, the coach, the board, and I want to basically discuss the away form, what's happening, and I just have so much to say, guys, so I wanted to make a video out of it. So yeah, if you guys are into Barcelona, this is going to be good for you, and I'm going to basically be trying to unpick what is going on with the club right now, and in particular, the away performances. So if we are going to do this in a structured way, I've basically got to start somewhere. So what is going wrong? That's what we got to look at. For me, this starts with, well, a few things, but I've bullet pointed a few things here, guys, on a PowerPoint or a notepad, so I don't really get lost here, and I do get my points across, because after the game last night, I spent a good hour and a half trying to get enough concise things into this. It wasn't like a half an hour video, but I wanted to make a video about it for my club Barcelona. So I'll start with the lineups, the formations, and the shapes in general. Lineups, I just feel as if Valverde is just hand-picking them right now. I honestly feel he is. We go to Granada away after the Valencia performance, after the Dortmund performance, and if you've studied enough Granada, that they're a side that don't want the ball, they want to make things hard for us. So what we need to do basically here, guys, is have three midfielders who dominate the game. He goes out De Jong, Sergio Roberto, and Rakitic. It's just, I'm sorry, but as soon as that lineup went out, you guys could see that isn't going to work. Of course it's not going to work. He did the same away to Osasuna. Again, of course that's not going to work. For me, guys, there's just so many big issues with the lineups right now. He gets it almost wrong every game. The scary thing for me is that he's hand-picking it. He's not looking at the opposition. He's not even looking at what Barcelona need to do ourselves in order to play our way and picking lineups to that. He's just almost putting in, right, who have I got in midfield? Right, Rakitic, Roberto, they can go in next to De Jong. Who have I got up front? Well, I'll put Perez in again. We'll put Griezmann on the left. It doesn't matter if he's not a left winger. He can play there. And we'll put Suarez up front for another full 90 minutes, by the way, which we know he's not capable of doing anymore. The scary thing for me right now is that Valverde just seems to be hand-picking lineups. That's the worst thing I can say. Though he's got the formations right this year, he's not going to his 4-4-2, and the shape for me has to change as well, though. Yes, the formation is fine, you can play a 4-3-3, but in a 4-3-3 with the way you need Barcelona to play and against these teams, or especially away from home, what you need is your wingers to create an absolutely amazing amount of width. Having Perez that was a good idea, but if you've got wingers, or centre midfielders rather, who can't feed the wingers, then there's no point of having him that wide. You might as well have him coming inside and adapting in other ways. The whole thing doesn't work for me right now. He's just doing certain things good and certain things poorly. I really worry about the care being put into the management right now from Valverde. There's certainly someone who would come in and, if anything, you'd think, right, what Valverde's got going for him is that, he's a taskmaster. He wants to be doing things correctly. He puts a lot of focus into getting the tactical aspects right. Whether that makes it appealing to watch or not is a different matter. But this season, he seems to have just thrown everything out the window. For me, that comes from the board, because there's no pressure that he's going to go. He's just playing with the Barcelona team right now. We just seem to put out lineups, and that's that. There's just nothing really more to it. It's just lineups, it's a formation, and that's that, guys. He's just not adapting. He's not putting them out in the right way. There's no tactics, in my opinion, which is the next thing I'll get onto, because the shape on its own is bad enough, but the personnel he puts in the shape is also just terrible, and it doesn't apply itself correctly for these sorts of games, especially. I'm sorry, but there's players out of position, there's players who don't know what they're meant to be doing, there's so much wrong. So I'll move on from the lineups and the formations and the shapes, which I think is just horribly wrong right now in all aspects. The tactics, like I said, is there a plan? No. It worries me. That worries me absolutely massively, because I honestly want to see what Valverde does in the training ground. I want to see what he says to them before the game. I want to see what the tactics are in the dressing room, because I'm honestly not sure if there are any that they are that good, and that for me is just incredibly worrying, guys. I think not people maybe aren't looking into this enough. Is he actually setting up this team in the correct way? Is he actually setting his team up in a way at all, or is he actually just putting a 4-3-3 formation down, players on the pitch, world-class players on the pitch, and kind of just saying, right, what we're going to do is we're going to move the ball quickly, we're going to do this, we're going to do that? Is he just giving like a Sunday League team talk? Because I worry that's what he's doing. I honestly don't think enough care is being put into the Barcelona job right now. That is a massive, massive worry for me, in my opinion. It really is horrible. No fresh ideas, nothing new. Yeah, nothing, no plan whatsoever, no style. There's no style to fall back on. I saw in a Talk FTV video, he said, you know, usually when Man City or when other teams go behind, they have something to fall back on because they know, alright, we're not going to change anything, we're just going to go again, we know we're better than this team, and with our shape and with the way we do things, we're going to turn this around anyway and win 3-4-1, which is what City do so many times, guys. But this Barcelona team, as long as when we go 1-0 down, especially away from home, you kind of just know that that's that. And if anything, it's going to end, what, 1-1, maybe 2-1 with a last-minute Messi free kick, or maybe we lose 2-0 like we did to Granada last night, or even worse, like we've done in the past to the likes of Liverpool, PSG, Juventus, Roma. It's horrible, guys. The away-from-home form is shocking, and there's just no ideas from Valverde, in my opinion, guys. A guy who came in a couple of years ago now, and at the time I thought, right, alright, that's not the worst thing, because he will have ideas. He will at least get this team drilled, and he did. We were very good defensively. There was a clear plan. There was clear tactical aspects to our game that made us very, very difficult to beat. You can't argue with that. We were. This season, in my opinion, I think Valverde has just kind of thrown everything out. All of his ideas are gone. I honestly, I don't know what to say, guys. I think Valverde this season has kind of just put his team out and have said play, and that's basically generated us to play really good games like the Betis one. I don't know, guys. I think Valverde's kind of got it right this year with the formations. He's playing the 4-3-3, bringing some youth in, and then at the same time he's bringing in his old bad ways, which are just like, he doesn't really have a style, and this style doesn't suit us whatsoever. And we're almost just playing with a 4-3-3 lineup and just saying, let's try and win this game. When you go to tricky grounds like Granada and Osasuna and Bilbao, it doesn't work, and he never changes anything. And in my opinion, there is just so much wrong with our big away struggles right now, and Valverde, again, is at the heart of it. Also, who he's playing, again, we mentioned, you know, touching on putting Rakitic and Roberto in the lineup last night, putting Griezmann out on the wing. I just don't think Valverde understands who needs to play in each game. I really don't, which is, again, worrying. Does he understand what's going on? No. Does he know what to do when it's not going wrong? No. Really, really, really worrying for me right now, guys. It's probably the most worried I've been as a Barcelona fan. I've always been someone, you know, throughout the whole Valverde out reign who's kind of just tried to stay level-headed and support the team, but for me, it's getting to what is an incredibly worrying state because, yes, I've seen us play badly before, especially under Valverde. I've seen that there's been, you know, a really pragmatic approach, but at least there was an approach. My main worry right now, guys, is that Valverde doesn't actually have a grip on this team. I don't actually know what's going on in trainings. I don't know if he's actually setting them up in a way at all, or in a way that is actually half decent. I really worry about what's going on behind the scenes right now, guys, and what is actually happening for us to go out onto the pitch in away games and almost not even have a sniff, guys. Granada away, I understand these games aren't simple, but as Barcelona, with the amount of money we have, with the amount of stuff we have going for us, you need to turn these games into simple games, guys. You think, you know, Man City going away to West Ham, as a Chelsea fan, yeah, in the Premier League, when I go to West Ham away, I think, like, right, I'll take a draw. I'd love a 2-1 win. Man City go out there and beat them 5-0 because they know they're so much better than them. Barcelona need to have this instilled belief in them, this instilled knowledge that we are the best team in the league, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to do it with our style, you know. With Valverde right now, we don't have a style, we don't have a plan, we don't really have a direction at all. That comes from the board too, of course. And he's just, for me, it's depressing. You know, no Wage in the squad again, no Alenya in the squad again. Horrible decision making from the coach. Why do you have Vidal and Rakitic on the same squad list? I do not understand, especially after the Liverpool game last year. You know, these are two players who almost do the same thing, especially in the latter stages of their career. I don't know why Alenya's not being picked. I don't know why Moussa Wage isn't starting for us right now. We clearly have a right-back issue. We might as well try someone from the B team. And he's already in the first team this year, Wage, but he's not even playing any football. For me, he has to start on Tuesday against Villarreal. But yeah, there's so much wrong, guys. Sorry if, you know, I went on a bit of a tangent there for the first part of this video, just getting mixed up my words, etc. But, you know, the lineups of formations are shape. I just feel there's no plan from Valverde there right now. That is the most worrying thing for me. Something else, we kind of rattled off there on a Valverde rant, really. Something I don't usually do, but I feel it needs to be addressed. I do. I'm not one of those people who goes out, you know, screaming Valverde out in the comment sections of almost every Barcelona post I see. I just don't feel the need. I don't know what it does. I don't know what good it does. But, you know, making structured videos like these where we're basically pinpointing what is wrong with Valverde as the coach right now, what is wrong with the Barcelona struggles, is probably my my way of doing it, basically, compared to what other people would be doing. But no good just rattling off and just having a rant. I'm going to now go on to what needs to be done. I think even with Valverde as a coach, this can change, and it really can, but he needs to change himself massively. Number one, training sessions. I feel our training sessions are completely wrong right now. Training sessions are where all the work is done in football. Without training, you don't get onto the pitch and you don't perform in the way you want to. That's where Guardiola, aces all of his cards out there. And he gets his City team playing how he wants them. He gets any team he wants playing how he wants them on the training ground. In my opinion, with Valverde on the training ground, I don't know what's going on, but it's not working. So we need to work a lot better on the training ground. What I would say is useful training sessions. I say this every game. I would make training sessions that are match situations. The rondos are good, but the way we do rondos is really stupid. It doesn't help anything. You've got 15 players around in there and 2 in the middle. That's not a match situation, guys. That's not a match situation. You're never going to have 15 players on a pitch in the first place. You're never going to have that much space. You're never going to have that many people around you all wanting the ball and with only 2 chasing you down. That's ridiculous, mate. If you want to do a rondo, then do 4-on-2s, which is how Johan Cruyff, or the other man who invented them, I can't remember his name right now, but that's how it used to be done in the olden days. The way we do rondos now, which is one of the best training drills in football, by the way, as a Barcelona fan or as a Barcelona coach, that's what you want to be doing, rondos. It's massive, it's vital. But the way they're set up right now for me, guys, is horrible, and it's not useful at all. I would basically make training sessions that ensure that we're going to be ready for games like these. So Granada away, for example, I would close up the pitch, I would make it a really small pitch, and I'd get players like Todibo and Titi, and I'd say, right, don't give Suarez or Griezmann any room, and see what you guys can do. And I'd get my players to try and play around, I'd get them to do drills that play around this. I'm worried we're not doing anything like this in training, guys. I'm worried we're not doing anything that's going to be useful for us in games that we're actually doing in training sessions. I just worry, what is going on behind the scenes right now, guys? What is Valverde doing? A bit of fitness, shooting drills, passing drills, little mini matches. That's the sort of stuff I did at my club a couple of years ago, guys. Like, I really worry what's going on at Barcelona right now, and I just don't think it's talked about enough, actually. What's going on behind the scenes? What is Valverde doing to these guys in training, in the dressing room? Not a lot, in my opinion. There needs to be so much more done in order to escape games like these. You look at Osasuna away. What I would do is make my pitch really small in training, and I'd say, right, what we're going to do now is find solutions of how to break teams like this down. I'd put the second team on, I'd set them up in a block, I'd say, right, you guys playing a 4-4-2, you're going to try and stop this, you're going to chase down every ball, you're going to get into them, and then the opposition, or the team that I'm going to be playing as, essentially, the 4-3-3 shape, we're going to help, and we're going to do a lot of things in order to find ways and solutions to break sides like this down. When we go onto the pitch against Osasuna, we're ready to do stuff like that. And the same goes for Granada and Bilbao, and whatever away game, Liverpool, it doesn't matter. I'd make in-game situations on the training ground so that when we go into the games, we know what we're ready to do, guys. And that is what is not happening right now. Shooting drills is silly. Of course, it's good to practice your finishing, but that you do that on the side. I feel as if we're just doing stuff, rondos, shooting drills, little mini matches. These are all good things, but you need to do other stuff, more in-depth stuff. That was a good training session, but it's not a great training session. And we're not just a good club, we're a great club. We need a lot higher managing style right now, guys. We really do. I think Valverde can change this. That's something he can definitely change, the training sessions, in my opinion. They just have to change, guys. They have to, else we're never going to be ready for games like these. Something Valverde also clearly lacks, and we're also clearly lacking in away games, is that passion. I was seeing Antonio Conte on the sidelines last night in the Inter Milan derby, and it was amazing. He was drilling those players, he's getting the pass into the right areas. He almost gave them a goal, guys. He was telling them where to pass it, where to put it. They put it there and they scored. We need a coach, guys, on the sideline who's drilling in these players. He's passionate about these players. He makes these players want to play for this club. If they all really wanted to play for Barcelona last night, then we would have won that game 3-4-5-0. It's as simple as that. Because there's no pride to play for our club right now. Players are going out there and they're thinking, all right, we'll put in a shift. We'll go out there. But there's no real game plan, so we'll just try it anyway and just see if we can win, or we'll see if Messi or Suarez or Griezmann can pull us out a 1-0 win. That's what's happening right now, guys. There's no style, there's no domination of the games, there's no destroying of the other sides. It's just Valverde there without a plan, without a passion. And especially in these away games, guys, there's no vision from anyone right now, and it's just incredibly worrying for me, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, I've said a lot there. It's painful times right now. The amount that can be done to change this is really unbelievable, even with Valverde as the coach. But he's going to have to change so much, I'm worried. There's so much to change, and I'm just worried that not much is going to happen. I can see us improving as the year goes on. I really can. But, come, a big game in the Champions League, I can see it all collapsing, and that is going to break me. So, worrying times, you know, an ideal situation would be that we get Quique Setien into the end of the season and then Xavi in the summer of 2020. That would be a dream for me, you know, having Lampard and Xavi as my two coaches. Wow. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here with Valverde as the coach. You know, I've been through so much there. Hopefully you guys understood it all, you know. I know I rambled a lot there, went on a little tangent at times, but I just feel there's so much wrong. You know, the lineups, the formations, the tactical plan, the player selections is all wrong. The training sessions, there's no work going on behind the scenes. What Valverde's doing as a whole. Is he drilling these players well? Is he putting out their tactics? Are we doing in-game situations in training sessions that are then going to help us play matches like these? I mean, I've been through my thoughts. I wanted to do this video because I have so much to say and it's gone into quite a long one now. And yeah, guys, a final note from me. Just a dream of mine. I feel that we could really do with a different sort of coach. You know, I'm looking at coaches who have been talking on sites such as Instagram and YouTube. I know it's never going to happen. I know it's ridiculous. Just a dream of mine. You know, someone like me, someone like other people out there that talk STB tiki-taka style on Instagram. These are guys I'm looking for who can do great jobs. They know the players better than anyone. They know this job inside out. They know how to be a Barca manager. Just a dream of mine, but yeah, I feel as if, you know, a revolution would be massive here, but in all realism, someone like Quique Setien and then Xavi coming in later would be excellent. But we need people who know what it's like to be a Barcelona coach, who know what it is and what it means to dominate games and play with a style and be the Barcelona we all know and love, with the Barcelona we all fell in love with. But yeah, that's all I can say for today. There's so much wrong with Barcelona right now, especially in these away games. I'd say the home form is pretty excellent, to be honest. Some of the games we're watching are really stunning to watch, really fun watches, even with Valverde as the coach. But all his issues, all that's wrong with him as a coach, highlighted when we go away from home. You know, there's no boldness, there's no bravery from the team, and it all comes from him. That's where I'm going to leave this video. Drop a like if you have enjoyed it. I'll be back very soon. Please do subscribe if you're new to. Please. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.